Aloha! Today is Aloha Oe and Scarborough Fair Day. We're cramming two lessons into one today. Not necessarily ideal, but that's what it takes to give me a 4-day weekend. So I punish you for my need to take a couple of days off. Let's see. Let me go post our link on the website. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com. It is to the point of being an unmanageable website. It's gotten so much stuff on it, and I'm trying to keep it where it's fairly straightforward what you're supposed to do once you get there. But the bottom line is, we're doing foundational ukulele lessons every weekday, Monday through Friday, and that'll get you up and running playing ukulele in a fingerstyle manner. I'll get you up and running playing ukulele in every possible manner, and then it'll keep you going with more advanced music in books 2 and book 99. Book 99, I always call it music that didn't fit into book 2, basically. And so let's see, I think that's working now. Let me double check it. Leave page. Been getting ever since they updated WordPress, it's constantly in a panic. You're about to leave a page you're editing, even though you already edited it. So let's see. Awesome. All right, so the link works. You guys will be piling in. Let me know if the sound is good. And I'm going to go while you guys are getting set up to play. We'll start here momentarily. I want to go fix our Twitter post. This is 28 and 29, period, space, Aloha Oe and Scarborough Fair, period, website, https://jollyrogerukulele.com. My face pops up. I go back here. We go up a level. I grab the Jolly Roger logo and I click tweet. And there we go. And so then there's a skeleton on everybody's timeline. Close that. We've tweeted. We are ready to play our lessons here. So as a brief reminder, for those of you, everybody logging in already knows this, but for those of you guys that are watching this, who might stumble upon this video at some point, this is lessons 28 and 29 of a 30 lesson program. So this is technically the last lesson. Lesson 30 would be, if you were here locally, I'd say, hey, come on in, let's sit down, have you play some stuff. We'll talk about what you know, what you don't know. Do a capstone is what they call it in education, is where you come in and present what you know. And it's always a kind of a nerve-wracking but fun experience with students. And so we started way back, it was January 4th, right? So and today's February 10th. So a little over 5 weeks ago, I guess. And we do lessons 1 through 8 on the first day. And then we've just been chugging through day by day, doing all the lessons in the lineup. And we are here at our final lesson. Tomorrow, we will be having end of the week concert. So tomorrow we'll be playing Daisy Bell, Key of F arpeggio, which is a C of arpeggio for baritone. And then we'll play Aloha Oe and Scarborough Fair a second time tomorrow. Also, we'll be playing our Make It Better bar worksheet tomorrow, and wishing all of you a fond farewell. Some of you will decide to take foundations a second time or a third time or a fourth time. And some of you will be like, you know what, I can't listen to him teach Frere Jacques anymore. I'm going to just start coming to the tough class only. Any of that's fine, right? I teach the intro, the foundation, probably 500 times now. Yeah, I don't know, maybe more than that. And I love it. I think there's no reason to not play it. No reason to not take it, especially, look at your timing and all that. If things are going well, if you're getting ready to push Jake Shimabukuro off the stage, you probably don't need to come hang out on foundations class anymore. Let's see. Vic says, sound is good in Eugene, 30-ish degrees, warming up in Eugene. We're getting, our fog is starting to burn off a tiny bit. We're freezing here in Denver. Valerie, she missed harmonica because she was out running around with the frat boys, I think. I don't know what she was doing. Because I had a student need to move her lesson up. Love that. Can't do that because you record. Love that you can do that because you. So yeah, everything we do on YouTube. That's part of the reason I selected this as our system for relaying this. The video's good most of the time. The sound is good most of the time. Magically, automatically records everything I do. Can't understand how that's even possible. And you can always come back in and check a video, and also send your friends over. Right, or you've got a friend who has a job. And they have to actually go to work in the morning. They can come swing by and just take the lessons. Write down the list on that baritone and ukulele tab on the website. It's there on purpose so that if you miss something, life is that way. I'm that way. I don't like to be certain places at certain times. I've gotten too old to obey orders anymore. And so you can always come in and check it out. And then, of course, send your friends over and say, hey, I learned how to play ukulele from this guy. You just go to Jolly Roger Ukulele and you just go to the baritone and ukulele tab and just go right down that list, and you're going to be an amazing player too. Nancy, the only nice part about coming live is then you feel obligated, right? Like, I am going to put this into my schedule. I'm going to be there. And then you can also participate in the chat box, which if questions come up, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You're here and you can just handle that right at the moment. Nancy's in. Sound is good. Sun is out. 84 degrees in Florida. Florida is back. Florida went through a terrible, terrible time. It had dropped below 50 degrees there. And Nancy had to break out a sweater. So we are back to where Florida's supposed to be. Diane is in. Starting to see the sun. Yeah, it's starting to break out a little bit. Linda's in from Colorado Springs. Winter. Linda, we're going to get serious winter this weekend. So yeah, definitely. Go borrow Nancy's cardigan. Bob Calhoun, new member from Kentucky. Questions: when you play arpeggios on uke and play the baritone using the uke sheets, do I just add 5 to the baritone chords to know the name of the chords? So yeah, hey Bob, welcome. Glad you're here. Yes, I think is the answer to the question you're asking. What the question he's saying is, hey, if I'm needing to do the same thing on baritone versus ukulele, if this is a C chord on ukulele and it's a G chord on baritone, bum 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 bum. So how do we get there? So C counts as 1, okay? C sharp is 2, D is 3. D sharp is 4. What was that? E? C. C is 1. C sharp is 2. D is 3. D sharp is 4. E is 5. F is 6. F sharp is 7. And G is 8. So it's 8 half steps, which is 4, is how we think of that. To go up, to come down, let's say we're playing G. When you come down to a G, go down to C. G is what you're on, and then down 1 is a G flat, A flat. Am I doing that right? C. I think it is B. C flat. And we're starting at G. It's 5 up one way and 4 down the other. I would say, Bobby, that you're probably asking yourself for a major, major catastrophe when you're thinking about that. Remember back in the day when we were going to do metric system, the Jimmy Carter era, and they said, here's the metric system. Here's how you convert from one instrument to the other instrument. Here's how you start with Fahrenheit and you go to metric, and then you go from metric to Fahrenheit. And remember how we didn't end up doing that because that's too complicated? That's not the way I think about music. And Bob, I don't know your background, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to be helpful and what's going to be not helpful here. But I don't think like that. I don't think, well, I'm on this one instrument, I'm going to convert it to another instrument. I treat those instruments as separate things. The metric system is complete and beautiful in and of itself. If we had just learned to accept that this is a leader and not some weird amount related to a chord, we would have gotten through that part of our lives. So when I think of ukulele, this is a C, okay? And it doesn't matter what it is in relationship to a baritone. And a baritone, that shape is a G, but I don't spend a lot of time trying to convert those in my head. I just know that's a G now. If I want to make a C on a baritone, that's that shape, and it's this shape on this one. So those are very different, and I would say what I basically do when I'm teaching, and all day long I'm switching between guitar, harmonica, ukulele, baritone, whatever people want to learn. I don't think about, okay, this chord is 5 steps away from that chord on this other instrument. That seems to me to be more work than you need to do. I just get into ukulele brain. Here's a C on ukulele. I'm going to live in ukulele brain while I'm on this instrument. And then when I go to baritone, I put on my baritone brain. Well, now that's a G on a baritone. So I would probably discourage you, or not discourage you, but warn that you're probably doing more work than you need to do when you're trying to relate one instrument to another instrument. Just know, hey, I'm on this instrument right now. This is my ukulele brain. I'm going to play it this way. When I move to baritone, I'm going to get in baritone brain and do it that way. I think what you're really asking is, hey, if this is an F chord on ukulele, how many is it away to be on baritone? And so this is a C on baritone, right? So we're on F and G, A, B, C. So it's four away, and it becomes a C on baritone. Same thing the other way. If you're doing this chord, you're like, okay, it's an F, and I'm going to be moving to if I'm on baritone, and I am going to figure out what this is. On baritone, this is a C. To get to ukulele, C, D, E, F, G, 4, right? Sorry. Yeah, to get to F, to C, D, E, F, it's 3. No, it's 4. C, D, E, F. So it's 4, basically. But again, I think that's too much work. I don't think you want to think like that. I think when you walk up to a piano, you can play the same thing on an organ, right? Note for note, and it makes sense. This comes out way different, and you got to know way different skills between those two. So they're the same instrument, sort of. These are not the same instrument. These look like the same instrument, but this one's tuned in a different key and in a different way than that instrument. Same with guitar. I don't really take baritone brain to guitar because I have extra strings on there. It's got to be its own thing. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Hopefully I gave you at least an overview of that. It's really 4 steps away. That's how I would think about it. And I didn't count out all the half steps and all that stuff. But what you probably don't want to do, and this happened for me for years when I found a ukulele. I was a piano player, blah, 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 blah. Very happy. I found a ukulele. I'm like, oh, this is super cool. Guess what happened when I ran into guitar players? Oh, ukulele, that's a stupid instrument. And part of the reason that guitar players struggle with ukulele is, one, there's this high string there that makes no sense to a guitar player. They just go flying off into outer space with anger and rage that this is higher than this. Shouldn't be that way. The second reason is they think, well, I'll just put a capo on 5 and then I'll just play my guitar. Yeah, but that's not really a ukulele, and it's not even close to the same thing. But yeah, if you wanted to make a ukulele, you just put a capo on 5, and if that was all you needed to do, well, everybody would do it. But it isn't what you need to do, and it creates a whole separate set of issues with the guitar that don't show up on ukulele. So I would say, don't bring your guitar brain, don't bring your other mandolin brain, your whatever other balalaika brain to whatever instrument's on you. Learn to play the instrument that's in front of you. You can use your music theory knowledge and say, so F, that's an F chord, right? This could be a C on a ukulele. That shape, that's going to go with this shape. And that shape's going to go with that shape. And and then we'll go back there. Oh, okay. So now I've got my shapes in order. I don't care what the names of them are. I just know what shapes work. So a little bit of a complicated conversation. And again, Bob, I don't know your background, so I'm not 100% sure what you're asking me, but maybe that gives you some general sense of how I would approach that same issue. Valerie, snow again up in Chicago, right? Janice, bracing for minus 2 degrees Celsius. There we go. Here we go, right? I said don't convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius because in America we failed at the metric system because we were so busy trying to figure out that what is this liter equal to? It's equal to a liter. Let it be a liter. You know, the liquor industry figured that out. The rest of us couldn't because we were trying to convert it into gallons. You know, that's such a dumb way we approach that. It's going to be minus 2 degrees Celsius. We don't know what that is in America, but it's cold. Dave, cloudy and cold as expected in Michigan. Dave's gotten a little fatalistic as winter's rolling on. It's just cloudy and cold all the time. Don is in from Denver. Elizabeth's in from Bozeman, -7 and sunny. By the way, -7 in Bozeman is a different level of cold than -2 in Celsius in Scotland. It's a way worse level of cold, I think. Let's see. No, I think it is. Plus, it's a dry cold. Well, I don't know. It's dry cold up in Montana. It's wet cold up in Scotland. Who knows? Mary, welcome in. Hi, Bob Calhoun. I'm Calhoun too. We'll get all the Calhouns in. Dennis, sunny and cold in Toronto again. Well, sunny's okay. Bob, only counting the majors. Yeah. You same thing, Bob. You got the basic idea. Let's see. Rob is in 39 and cloudy in Texas. Oh, it's cold down in Texas. Getting snow in Texas. End of the world is coming. Ice and snow in Broomfield. Elizabeth, -20 wind chill. Yeah, that's a whole nother level of frozen. Guys, we have 2 songs to play. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking the rest of the period. We're going to play the ukulele versions of both of the songs, and then we'll play the baritone versions of both of the songs, and then we will walk out of here proud of ourselves and ready for tomorrow's concert. Aloha Oe on ukulele first, please. This piece of music takes us all the way back to day 2 in the Foundation series. We remember back that little booklet that we had, A chord. Let's see, Frere Jacques, or London Bridge is falling down. Okay, so we're on A there, and then the other chord in that little booklet was a D chord. Let's see, that's the wrong song. There's the D chord. Oh, Danny boy, da 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 dum. Okay, and then we have E7 in this song. So that's where London Bridges came in, right? London Bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridges falling down, my fair lady. Remember we did that way back in the day, right? 5 weeks ago. You were just learning. That was hard. Now it's just part of what we're doing. There's your A chord. Okay. There's your D chord and your E7. That's it. Those are your chords. Of course, I can't sing this song at all because it's in Hawaiian, and I can't sing anything to begin with, so we won't be singing this. So let's talk about the melody. We'll walk through it. First thing I notice when I'm in the key of A, there's going to be 4s showing up. And so you want to make sure when a 4 shows up when you're playing melody, you want to use your pinky. I know you don't like it, but you really do not want to drag your ring finger over there to play your 4s. You do not want to do that. In long term, you want your 4s to be here. All right. So what we want to do is play the melody, play it in first position, 4s with your pinky. It turns out there's some 5s, so we're also going to play those with our pinky. Everything else, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? From the top, just the melody. Baritone players, you are on chords. You are playing your chords. Your chords are A chord, D chord, and E chord, E7. Right there. Okay? Here we go. From the top, 1, 2, 3. be thinking about, as you're playing this piece, your pinky's pretty busy on 4 and 5. The reason that I think it's a nice piece to end up the intro to ukulele series on is, one, you're going back to the A, D, and E7 note we started with, but now your pinky is busy as all heck on this song because it's got to get all the 5s and all the 4s, and there's plenty of them. And as you move into book 2 and into the more complex songs that you'll be working on in the future, your pinky's going to be playing a major role in melody playing, and it's going to be busy. And basically all of the time, 100% of my time, this pinky is sore because I'm busy just working it to death, playing all these melodies that we play, and on all these different instruments I play, and and I'm getting to the point where a little bit of arthritis in here, and it's like, you know what, you're doing a stupid thing. We're gonna hurt. So just be aware, you really do want to be using your pinky on those 4s and 5s to prepare you as you get ready to go into the next level of stuff. Yeah, minus 47 degree wind chill. I don't even know how to think about that. That's insane. So now let's go do the tough uke. Baritone players, again, sticking with your A, D, and E7. Okay, let's go through. We'll go really slow. I'll stop us a couple of places to talk about the best thing to do. I will mention very quickly the tough uke at measure 1. A chord, pinky on 4. That shape is going to come up a whole bunch in this. Remember how we do F chord with your pinky on 3? Now you're going to be doing A chord with your pinky on 4. See how pretty it sounds? And that's going to happen throughout the song. Okay, and we'll stop a couple of places where we'll talk about stuff. Let's go nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. O, O, A chord with your pinky. Pull your pinky back to the 2. D chord on. Pinky on 4. You're already holding down your 2. A chord. Let it ride for just a minute and then hit the 1. Pinky on 4. Switch to your E7 shape. Hit the 1. Go back to your E7 shape. Pinky on 5 and 4. A7, E7 shape again. A chord with your pinky on 4. Let it back to the 2. D chord. And now you're going to put a bar on. I'm sorry. Where are we? They hit the 402. Looked at the wrong line. A chord. Let it ride for a minute. Hit the 1. 2 zeros. D chord. 2 2 2. Ring finger down to get the other 2. Open. Put your E7 shape on, pinky up here on 4. It's going to sound terrible. Pinky on top 4. Hit the 2. And then an A chord to wrap up the idea. And so those are unusual timing there, but you've got that. The last note of the first section is the third note, is the third beat in that measure. Okay, now hit the 0. Measure 9 is a 2 2 2. Full 2, and then a bar, pinky on 5. You've done that since Amazing Grace. Hit the 2 again. A chord in measure 10. Add your pinky on at 4. 2 zeros. E7 shape, pinky on 4. It's going to sound weird. Probably use your ring finger to get the 2, and then go back to the 4 with your pinky. Hit the 0. Regular E7 here. 1 2 5. Pull your pinky back to 4. Put an A chord on, and then lose your pinky. Last line. D chord. D chord open. Bar chord with a 5. Hit the 2. A chord twice. 2 more times. Pinky on 4. Hit the 0. E7 shape. Pinky on 4. Pinky on the other 4. Come back with ring finger on 2. Hit the 4 one last time. And then an A chord. on 4, F shape in front to wrap it up. Okay, we'll play through it one more time, a little bit faster pace, and then baritone players will switch over. No, actually, let's play the Scarborough Fair, then we'll go back through and do the baritone stuff. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3. Measure 11. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so again, make sure you use your pinky on that. Also remember, these are stretch pieces. So if you're playing the tough uke and you're playing along with me, you are in great shape. If you're not, and then you're fine too. This is a very difficult piece. Now hold it off for 30 lessons, right, and then dump it on you, or 29 lessons and dump it on you. And it is a challenging piece of music. It's beautiful. It's not unimportant that Queen Lilia Kalani, I hope I pronounce her name right, was a Hawaiian princess and Hawaiian queen, actually. And she wrote that, and very likely on a ukulele. So it is one of our pieces that we get to own. It's our music. We don't have very much ukulele music that's actually ours. We borrow music from all the other genres. And so it's kind of nice to have something that's ours. Let's do... what's it called? Scarborough Fair. And let's stick this on ukulele. Then we'll go back through and play everything on baritone. So grab your Scarborough Fairs, please. And for some reason, there it is. Scarborough Fair is another one of these pieces. Those of you guys from probably my age and older, you guys don't remember Simon & Garfunkel doing this, and it is definitely a piece that sounds beautiful, and we wish we could do it. And so we'll play through it one time. There's plenty on here to trip you up, and hopefully once you see where we're at, spend a little bit of time working on it, because we'll play it again tomorrow. And the song is actually from 1670 or so, somewhere, super old song. And so the one place that we got to let Simon & Garfunkel be in charge is at measure 13. There are 4 beats in measure 13, so make sure when we get there you'll count that extra beat. And because you've heard Simon & Garfunkel sing this, you're probably going to be like, yeah, it should have another beat in there. The original would not have had an extra beat in there. They just put one in there, because it was the 70s and you did things that you did what you want. All right, from the top, grab your G minor chord, dun dun dun, scary, that's new, and let's give it a try. Play melody first, then the second time through, play the tough uke. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, 1, 2. 4. Two, 3, to the top, and second ending. Phew, that one's got a lot of stuff in it. I would take my time to go through it note by note, make sure you know what you're supposed to do. I would go through that tough uke. That tough uke there at measure 11 has the high B flat that we were talking about earlier this week. Instead of this B flat, which you would use if you're singing it, to one who lives there. But when you're playing it instrumentally, the melody's up too high to play that chord shape, so you switch to the 5, and then of course you've got this 8 note, 7, 5, 6, 8. Okay, it's just a bar chord on 5, F shape in front, pinky finger. What would typically be your F chord on 3, we just move it up to bar 5, fret 5, and that's what's going on there. So that's like you get that and you're like, ow, that hurt. And that shape actually is going to come up in a lot of the songs that we do in book 2 and beyond. So know that I'm not giving you anything super like rude. It is that stuff's coming up. By the way, isn't that a pretty song? It sounds really nice on ukulele. Let's go do all this stuff on baritone. And same exact shapes. Everything's exactly the same, just going to come out in a different key. And so, well, let's start with Aloha Oe. And it's not on this list. Let me go grab the other list. Storage, baritone, download, baritone, Aloha Oe. There you are. All right. So same exact stuff. Yours has 2 pages. I don't know why. The baritone stuff seems to always take an extra page. I think sometimes I work extra hard to squishing things onto one page with ukulele, and baritone players I figure are tough, so I don't do that. Let's see. Dennis said, measure 17. What fingers on which frets of the tough uke? Sorry, let me jumped ahead of you, Dennis. Let me see what I got. Scarborough Fair, measure 17. Scarborough Fair, right? Measure 17. I'm doing just my G minor shape right there. That's what I'm doing there. So in measure 17, use the chord shape as your guide. That shape, that's probably what I'd be doing there. You can do it with your thumb as well. So I hope we're talking about the same thing, right, Dennis? Linda, I'm here. Sorry, late. Warming up for the next class. Nice. Glad you're here, Linda. All right, let's give it a try. The Scarborough Fair on baritone. Same thing this time. Let's play through the melody once, and then the tough uke. Okay, and do know, guys, that this is tough, right? This is a stretch piece on purpose. A lot of times when people get to this, they're like, I can't play that, and you're like, yeah, you can. You can't. Everything on these that we've seen in one manner or another in somewhere else in the program, but now we're sort of cramming it all together. Aloha Oe, measure 17. Let me go take a look, Dennis. Aloha Oe, measure 17. Sorry, I jumped way ahead of you. Measure 17. Oh, measure 17. It's a bar on 4 with an F shape in front. That's what's going on there. Bar on 4, F shape in front. That's an A chord on a ukulele. Okay. Right there. Be a D chord on baritone. Okay, good. D. Yeah, 4. All right. So now let me get back to where we were. Scarborough Fair, baritone, right? Is that what I said we're doing? I think that's what I said we're doing. Scarborough Fair, baritone. Scarborough Fair, baritone. I must have said the opposite of that. Now I'm all concerned that I don't have things straight. Scarborough Fair, baritone. Hello. Okay, Scarborough Fair, baritone. Here we go. Donna's peeking in. I don't know. She's laughing at me. Here we go. From the top, melody one time through, tough uke the second time through. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3, 1, 2. To the top. Second ending. Okay. Quite a challenge. If you spent the evening just working on that, you do yourself some good. Again, not fast. Let all of the notes really develop, and there are a couple of fingering choices here that are a little bit different than the ukulele version, but it's all really makes sense. Ukulele players, you probably at this point know your D minor, you definitely know your C chord, and you know your F chord, so you can absolutely play from this version as well, as a support person. 3 beats per measure. The only measure 13 has 4 beats in it. Remember me to one who lives there. 3, 4. She once was a true love of mine. And there we go. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Let's go wrap it up with Aloha Oe. Aloha Oe. And I'm positive I'm mispronouncing the Oi on that, but we're getting it close. It's a great song, great culture. Poor Queen L. When this was she was the last queen of Hawaii. Frustratingly enough. All right, let's give it a try. Same exact stuff as ukulele. Make sure baritone players you're using your pinky. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, a lot of 5s and 4s in this piece. And then also ukulele players, your E chord way up here, 5s. Okay, that's your E chord. Bar on 4, pinky on 7. A chord way down here, right? And then B7 is a bar chord on 2 with your middle finger here. Now, a couple of thoughts on this. There is a different A. Look at the end of your ukulele version of this. You have this one, a bar on 4. Dennis and I were just talking about it. Bar on 4, F shape in front. That's also an A. So it might be easier to play your E, bar on 4, pinky on 7, switch to your A chord with just don't move your bar, just put an F shape in front of it. Now you got an A, and then your B7, you slide down. It might be easier, okay? But you can also play the open A, whatever you want. Entire internet discussion about how to avoid the E chord. You're not going to. So we just learned to play it, okay? E chord here, F chord, F shape in front of the same bar, and you got an A, and slide back here and move your middle finger up one, get rid of your ring finger, and you got the B7. So a little bit of quite a pretty challenging key for ukulele players to support baritone players in, but also exact stuff you're absolutely going to be using down the road. So no reason not to know it. Okay, from the top, we'll play the melody one time through, then we'll play the tough uke, and then you'll be done for at least for now, and you'll be getting ready for your concert, your end of the road concert tomorrow. See how you're doing, and there's no end of the road, guys. The road just keeps, every time you think you're at the end, then you find the next vista. Here we go. From the top, melody first, tough uke to wrap it up. 1, 2, 3. Page 2. To the top. 3. Let me just start us over. 1, 2, 3. Page 2. Or I like the A better. I like the low E better. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a nice song? That's a really pleasant piece of music. You could imagine Queen Lily Kalani showing people around the island like, isn't this a nice place? You guys should come and hang out. And then they're like, okay, we'll come by. You're out. We're putting a condominium complex right there. And it's been nothing but problems ever since. So tomorrow we wrap it up. Okay, so wrap it up in the sense of you'll be playing at whatever level you're playing. We've never wrapped up, right? I'm 30 years into music. I'm still trying to get good. You are going to be playing Daisy Bell, both versions of it. You are going to be playing both the key of C arpeggio for baritone and key of F arpeggio for ukulele. We'll be playing Aloha Oe and Scarborough Fair again. And we are also, remember, bring your Make It Better bar worksheet to get you really tough at that. And so we're going to have a lovely day of music tomorrow. And then no class on Friday and no class the following Monday. So it's a 4-day weekend for us. And during that 4-day weekend, you're playing through all of the stuff that's in your book, making sure you're feeling like, yep, I feel pretty confident about it. Or, boy, I don't feel confident about any of this. And then you will decide, coming the next Tuesday when we start foundations class again, whether it makes sense for you to sit in one more time or not. And then, of course, you guys know that right after this, we teach the tougher ukulele class. We're working on Tin Pan Alley music in there. Today I got I'll See You in My Dreams, It's Only a Paper Moon, and Ukulele Lady all posted. All those from middle 20s, and well, I guess It's Only a Paper Moon is from 33, but just really good music there too. And you guys can play the melodies for sure. Most of those you'll be able to play the chords on, and the tough uke is something that we all are working on every day to get better at. So hopefully that's coming around for you, and that's what I know about it. Spend a tiny bit of time getting ready for your concert tomorrow. Come dressed well, with a can-do attitude, and let's see how well we play tomorrow prior to our 4-day weekend. And that's all I know about ukulele. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Random act of kindness. Be safe. Practice a little bit. I'm getting pretty good at this, guys. You got to have to start practicing a little bit. Keep showing up to this. This is the answer. The difference between the people who can play and those who don't are showing up. That's the difference. And so keep showing up. If you are subscribed, it helps me if you hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you haven't gotten a membership to the Jolly Roger ukulele website to join in on the Monday night stuff and the high level stuff, you probably want to go read the subscription page on the website just to make sure that you're not missing out on anything that you shouldn't be missing out on. And there's a lot of good stuff now in the members only section. There's a lot of good stuff there, and you probably want some of it. So there we go. Let's see. Mary G, yes. Dennis, thanks. You're welcome, Dennis. Vic, thanks for so many hours of your time, Vic. I appreciate it. Janice, beautiful piece, Gary. Some work to do. Yeah, they're tough. These are stretch pieces. I list just like that on the website on purpose. They're stretch pieces. These are very typical of Book 2 stuff. It's very typical of stuff you'll be dealing with going forward, but they're definitely, when you're newer to this style of playing, it's definitely a stretch. And Nancy, you're thank you for doing it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna pull the plug. I gotta go see a man about a horse, and then I got to get our Tin Pan Alley on in the next hour. I'll see you guys soon.